Hey guys, Casual Gamer 84. Welcome back to the game room. Today I'm going to do a kind of a full-on review of an item that I recently picked up. I don't normally do that, but I really am enjoying this item, so I'm going to do a review for it, and that is the Evercade by Blaze Entertainment. I ordered the premium pack, and I ordered this with my own money. So this is my honest review of the Blaze Evercade Retro Games console. It's a handheld console. So guys, if you're interested in the Evercade, stick around. Alright guys, so I've got everything set up. We're going to go straight into an unboxing of this because there's a lot of stuff that I want to cover, but I don't want to make a super long video. So hopefully we'll get through everything and we don't lose your all's attention. I'm going to go ahead and switch cameras real quick. Alright, so you see Evercade by Blaze Entertainment. I bought the premium pack. It comes with 3 games. You get the Data East Collection, the Atari Collection, Interplay Collection. I believe these are all collections volume 1. And I'm not sure off the top of my head. I'll look here in a minute and see exactly how many titles they've released or collections they've released for the system. You can see that it does have the Peggy logo, so Blaze Entertainment is a UK company. I have no issues with that. The box presentation is very nice. So if we go ahead, pull the slipcover off, you're greeted with an outline of the Evercade. Ready to play again, it says. We are ready to play again. Again, overall presentation is very nice. So if we open it up, we're greeted right away with a manual, a quick startup guide, and I'm sure it tells you how to do the firmware update and stuff in here. Which I will get to all that later. Set that to the side. Boom, there's the console. I like the aesthetics. It really reminds me of a Famicom with the red and the white. So we'll go ahead and pull that out. Take a little look at that. Sega Genesis style D-pad, it looks like. The buttons are raised. Everything has a good tactile feel to it. It's got a power slide switch instead of a press and hold button. Mini HDMI, you can output this to TV. Headphone jack, volume, and then micro USB to charge it and do your firmware update. So we'll go ahead and set this to the side as well and see what else we get in the box. So if we move this piece of plastic out, it's just blow molded plastic, and you're greeted with 2 of the games. You have the Atari Collection and the Data East Collection, both versions 1 or volume 1. We'll go ahead and pull them out, and then you have the Interplay Collection volume 1 down below. Looks like we have a micro USB for charging and firmware update, and I believe that's everything. We'll go ahead and pull this plastic shell out just to make sure. Yep, that is everything that it comes with. So we're going to go ahead and move this out of the way. So we will start with the Atari Collection. They come in clamshells, which is very nice, and it is cartridge-based system, so you get a little cartridge. I do like that. If I can get these back in here. And it does come with a manual, so you get a full-color manual. Basically, it tells you the button controls and a little synopsis about the game that you're playing, which is really cool. I enjoy that. It's very nostalgia-inducing to, in 2021, pick up a video game, although it be a collection. It is a fully licensed collection. in a clamshell, have a cartridge and a manual. That's really cool. The spines, all the Evercade releases are numbered. This is number 01. Atari Collection. It has the developer logo at the bottom. So I think these would look really good on a shelf, just like that. Easy to find what you want. So Data East Collection, same little full color manual. Interplay Collection 1, and again full color manual. So I'll move them out of the way, and we're going to go back to the console itself. I like it. It's kind of thicker than like the Switch Lite and other handheld consoles out today. You have shoulder buttons. They're they have a nice tactile feel. Like you know, I guess clickiness. I hold this to the mic, so you know you hit it. You have a menu button over here. Start and select button here. Speakers are here. I think some reviewers have said that they can accidentally hit these buttons. I've been playing it for a few days now, and I've not had any issues with it thus far. All the buttons are, feel good. The D-pad is Sega Genesis. I'll get into that a little later. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead, and while I got this set up, pop one of these games in here real quick. Turn her on. With the Blaze Entertainment logo. Y'all can see my camera rigging that I got set up there. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not, but the speaker is pretty loud. I have noticed that if you turn it all the way up, it gets really kind of tinny. But at the price point, so yeah, nice menu. You can change the screen ratio, screen brightness, and all that there. So that's nice. So we're going to flip back over to the other camera, and I'm going to kind of give you my thoughts on it, and we will go from there. Alright guys, so we got the unboxing out of the way. I'm going to talk about the console a little bit, talk about some good things and some bad things. Good things is I like the thickness of the console. It lends itself really nice for longer play sessions. I like the 4.3 inch screen. At first I wasn't a fan of the D-pad because I prefer the NES D-pad. They went with the Genesis style D-pad, which actually works pretty good, so I'm okay with that. The other thing that I like that it is cartridge based, just so you can have different collections and pop them in. Some people don't like that. They would rather have all the games on one, downloads or whatever. I like cartridges. I like collecting stuff, obviously. So that's nice. I also like that all the emulators and everything is on here. So if I turn it on without a cartridge, ooh, good save. If I turn it on without a cartridge in it, it doesn't do anything. It tells me to insert the cartridge. So that tells me that down the road we could potentially see maybe a TurboGrafx collection or potentially a 3DO or a Game Boy or whatever, because they can put the emulator and stuff on the cartridge, pop the cartridge in, and boom, it runs. So that is nice. The bad things about it is the mini HDMI. I like the fact that it can output to a TV. That makes it nice. And the mini, may not be the console itself. It may be the fact that I'm using an adapter and not a cable itself that converts from mini to full-size HDMI. I found that it puts a little stress on it, and it can come loose. It's just kind of cumbersome to hold and play. The problem where it comes loose is a problem because if you remove the HDMI adapter, it resets the console. I don't know if that's something that can be changed with a firmware update down the road, but I would like for that not to happen. I would like to be able to, if I'm playing it, I want to play it on the TV, hook the HDMI cable into, boom, shoot it to the TV. If I need to leave or move or whatever, unhook it, boom, I'm still playing the game on the handheld. No interruption, or pause it maybe. You don't have to necessarily reset the console. And again, I don't know if that can be done in a firmware update or not. Something to look into. At the very least, I would like it to not reset the system if it comes unplugged accidentally. That is a problem. That's probably the worst thing about it. Some other issues that I had was the mapping of the buttons, and then when you save the game and you set a save state, you didn't know that it saved. Fortunately, Blaze Entertainment has already fixed that with the first firmware update. It does give you an audible tone when you save, so you know you saved, and you can go in and remap the buttons, which is nice. So they're obviously listening to reviews, they're listening to the consumer, they're listening to people, and they want to make this thing a success, and hopefully they do. So the price point of this, again, at the premium pack, is the $85 to $100 mark. Some cheaper than others. Some places a little more expensive. It all really depends on where you get it from. The price point on the cartridges of the compilation, if I can slide over here and pick one of these up that I just dropped. The price point on the cartridges on the collections, $20 a piece, which is awesome. So you're getting 20 games on this one for $20. That's awesome. The Data East one's 10 games for $20, and the Interplay is 6 games for $20. I know some reviewers mentioned they didn't understand why some cartridges had more games than others. I would say that it just boils down to licensing. They license certain games from these developers, and those are the ones that they put on there. And I would assume that, they could probably license 20 games for this collection from Atari, and still turn some type of profit in selling this collection. To whereas like the Interplay, they could only license 6 games put on that collection to still turn that profit. I don't know if that makes sense at all to you all. It makes sense in here to me. And I'm fine with that. So at $20 a piece on these, I think the price point's great. They have, I think, 22 or 24 of these. Let me look real quick, just to double check so I don't tell you all something wrong. 22. So they have 22 release cartridges, which is awesome. So you definitely have a variety. Of course, you have a lot of different developers throughout, and really the sky's the limit with this, because again, the emulators and stuff are on the cartridge, so you could potentially see TurboGrafx, Game Boy, or whatever the system would run. They could put the emulator on the cartridge, the games on the cartridge, and boom. And I did mention emulators. It is emulated, but it's what some people call commercial emulation or fully licensed emulation. And why is that important? Well, that's important because these developers are getting something from that. For example, I'm not at all, and I want to do a whole video on emulation. I'm not against emulation at all. But this way, the developer gets something for their product. They're more likely to then license out other titles to Blaze Entertainment for them to make more collections. In turn, they make more games. We have more fun. I can collect more stuff. Everybody's happy. So that's why it's good to support this, even though it is emulation. Who's the target audience? I'm the target audience. You're all the target audience. I would say that if you're watching my channel, we're pretty like-minded. I'm a collector of physical media, so this gives me a way to collect physical copies of some games that I may not ever be able to collect. For an example, the Interplay Collection has Incantation on it. It was a Super Nintendo game. I never heard of it until I started playing it on this. It's a fun platformer. And then once I started playing on here, I thought, oh, this is a fun game. Let me see, if I can track this game down. Well, it's $154 cartridge only. So to get that one cartridge to play it would cost me more than the whole Evercade Premium Pack cost me. So that's where the problem comes in. So collectors that want these sought-after games, that don't want to spend the money, or people that want a video game collection, they like retro video games, but they don't have the space for all this nonsense, or they don't have the money for all this nonsense. This is that's the target audience, or maybe someone my age now that has kids that want to get their kids into retro gaming, but they don't want to spend a lot of money to do that. This is the way to do it. So I talked a little bit about licensing and why is it important. Well, I already mentioned that it gets these developers money for their games. And if that takes off, that is a success. They're more likely to license more games, so we'd get more games on the Evercade. Also, it's more likely to entice other developers to make a collection, to partner with Blaze Entertainment to make a collection for the Evercade. So one that I would like to see, throw it right off the bat, is Taito. I would love to see a Evercade Taito collection. Because a lot of those games are expensive. If you're going out and you're going to buy them, they are expensive. Some games that I'd like to see on there, and you could do 2 collections to split it up because there's a lot of Taito games. But I'd like to see Bubble Bobble, Power Blade, Little Samson, because it's 2021. Little Samson, I looked it up. It's almost $1,800, loose cart only. As a collector, I like to play games. I don't want to go bankrupt and have to mortgage my house to get a copy of Little Samson to play it. The only other way for me to do that is to illegally download the ROM or buy a bootleg reproduction cartridge and play it that way. And that way, Taito's not getting any money from that. That's why officially licensed games is important. The developer still gets money, and maybe they'll develop a new game for the system. Maybe we would see a Little Samson 2, Little Samson Returns, or Power Blade 3, or something like that. That may be a pipe dream. That may be way off of base, but that's what's running around in my head as of making this video and playing the Evercade. Would I purchase this again? Absolutely, I would purchase it again. And again, I used my money to purchase it. I'm a small channel. Grateful to you all who have subscribed. But, they didn't send this to me as a review unit or anything, so I don't at all feel obligated to say, go buy this. And I'm not going to tell you to go buy this. Hopefully this review helps you make your decisions. Some things I will tell you. It's a good price point. It's a good console. They've got 22 collections already. They're fully licensed games. There's really good games on there. And I think, the year that it's been out has been a success. Because in November of this year, we're going to get the Evercade VS or Evercade Versus, which is the home console edition. And in fact, I've enjoyed the Evercade so much that I've already pre-ordered that. It's launching with 4 game cartridges. The first 4 that it's launching with are arcade versions of the games. And as gamers and collectors know, arcade versions are far superior to the home console versions. I had to take a lot out of them to get them on a cartridge for home console. But they have the technology now. They're putting them on the cartridges. So you'll have the arcade versions of Bad Dudes. You'll have the arcade versions of Double Dragon. Arcade versions of some Atari games. So I'm looking forward to that this November. And again, I'll definitely do a review of that. And So yeah, I would purchase it again. In fact, I already purchased or pre-ordered the next thing that they're bringing out. I support this company. Hopefully, this helps you make a decision whether or not you're interested in this or not. Guys, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. If you've not already done so and you like the content, hit that like button. If you've not subscribed, I would greatly appreciate that. Hit that subscribe button down below. Ring that bell for notifications. You will be notified when I post a video for you. Until next time. Hey guys, this is future me following up with past me. I know I said it was the end of the video, but I did find some video capture that I'd done, or some game capture I did of the Evercade handheld. So if you want to see some video capture and some comments by me and see kind of what the interface looks like, stick around for about 5 more minutes of footage. If not, until next time. There we go. Okay, Evercade. And this outputs at 720, I do believe, when you plug it in to the TV. And we're greeted right away by Alien Brigade. It's Atari 7800 game, obviously, on the Atari Collection 1. Adventure, Aquaventure, Asteroids, Canyon Bomber, Crystal Castles, Centipede, Double Dunk, Desert Falcon, Food Fight. I played that a little bit. It was pretty fun. Gravitar, Missile Command, Motor Psycho, Night Driver, Ninja Golf, which is a hilarious game. Not necessarily a good game, but hilarious. Steeplechase, Sword Quest, Tempest, Video Pinball, Yar's Return, and then we're back to Alien Brigade. So we'll go into one of the games here. And as you can see, these are the home console ports of the games. And it's almost, instantaneous what you would expect. Putting in a cartridge. And of course, this is a cartridge. So here we are with Food Fight. See if I can get to the cone. So simple game, yet it is fun. And of course it gets harder as you go. I don't see any big issues with it right away. Then we hit the menu button. You have save states. So let's see. And I think that was something that was mentioned that they needed to do in the update, was to give you some kind of acknowledgement that it's saved properly. Because that, as you can see, A to confirm, and it really don't tell you if I saved it or not. So let's go to load state. It looks like it. Let's go quit game. And we'll go back into it. Menu. Well, yeah, it takes you right back to where I was. So there's save states. I think they updated that in the firmware to where it gives you an audible sign that you did in fact save. So that's cool. Quit game. Back to the menu. I'm not seeing any issues. It's I'm where I'm capturing device, and I don't have it set up right. I don't know if you can see it or not. The cable. Actually, let's go back. To me, the cable is kind of sensitive and it wants to pop out. So I know it does reset the console. You all can probably hear that audio. It resets the console when the HDMI cable's pulled out.